Shalom. This is GMS New Orleans coming at you with another live camp. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. And to the few sincere Akwat out there diligently learning in silence, Shalom as well. And hey, with this camp, we're just going to continue to get into the continual decline of Babylon the Great, which is the biblical name for what the majority of you people know as the United States of America. And as we can clearly see over the last couple of weeks, beginning with that Silicon Valley Bank collapse, hey, things have just been continuing to deteriorate. Wells Fargo having issue, Credit Suisse, a bunch of other banks. And now you've got these different nations like Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, Iran, what's known as the BRICS. Hey, more countries are joining the BRICS, and more countries are talking about dropping that petrodollar, which once that happens, hey, that's a wrap for the U.S. economy.
Also Australia too.
They talking about getting in BRICS too. Hey, what does that also go into? Hey, America's own allies, her own European Edomite allies turning against her as well. We can truly see that we are in the end of this society, this age as you know it. But if you just look at all these people around here, they're just spending this Saturday like it's just another regular Saturday. Bugged out, drunk, high, just people that are waiting to get slaughtered. And that slaughter, that great slaughter is coming very, very soon.
Hey, it's just like the mob, man. Pretty much Russia coming with the better deal. And the better deal, it also includes getting rid of America, man. Why, like in the mafia, why keep selling and keep getting punished by this one motherfucker, man? We were just whacking. And we all spread the wealth, man. Okay? That's what Russia's doing. Russia is definitely right along with China on you devil's heads, man. Okay? Right along with the Lord.
Because America have hoarded up all the treasures unto themselves, man. They have heaped up treasures. They even hoarded all the world, the people that's in the world, man. They even got it to themselves, people, man. Nations, okay? And they want to have everything to themselves. This whore has been selfish, all right, amongst resources, amongst the things that are supposed to be shared amongst the nations of people, man. They have taken most things into themselves. They have been greedy upon the earth. You got it.
You got the Habakkuk. You can start at verse 5 and read down to verse 6. No, still hold that. We're just going to get this Habakkuk first. Because as the elder brother was saying, hey, Russia and these other nations are coming with that better deal. Because what does the U.S. offer? Debt and fiat currency. While these other nations in the BRICS actually have hard assets. Gold, silver, oil, natural gas, all these different resources. And they're tying it into a new economic system, which the U.S. can't compete with. The only thing that was upholding that petrodollar was the U.S. military might. Which we can see that the military collapsing. This place is collapsing on every single level. Let's get into these precepts.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine.
And that wine is not going into literal wine. It's going into these different philosophies that America pushes. What? Democracy, the land of the free, feminism and women's rights, capitalism, all this stuff that these other nations, the petrodollar system, all these different philosophies and ways of life that these different nations have cleaved unto, and look what they've seen it's done to their countries. It's done to their people. It's turned them into mini American shitholes, and they're sick of it. They're sick of seeing broken families, their women out of order, their economic systems in debt. So again, hey, they're looking towards the east, towards Russia and China for that better deal, that BRICS deal. And hey, this is something that's coming very soon. You had the president of Kenya say, hey, if you've got US dollars right now, I would suggest dropping them because things are about to change dramatically in the next couple of weeks. So we must wait and see. But regardless, we know that this dollar is going to collapse and this whole system with it. You people think prices are high now. Just wait till that inflation hits hyperinflation and you're spending $100 for a loaf of bread. It's $500 to fill up your car.
They already complaining.
Nah.
Every day you go, the times I be in the store, you hear the complaining, man. Just buy the shit. Just buy the shit.
The cheapest it is today is the cheapest it's ever gonna be.
Just buy the shit, man. It's to the point. Y'all beg for this anyway. Like, you didn't want to believe it anyway, so hey, the Lord done it. We told you going back 2007, 2008, even the elders, the apostles before that, what was going to happen, man. Many books like Behold the Pale Horse. It's another book out there that's kind of escaping me right now. All right, this information's been out there on what the global collapse is all about, what the plans of the elite bankers been about, man. It just shoot dead heads out here. Get a pen around. Just shoot dead heads out here. You don't fucking get it, man. You don't get it, man. The black woman don't get it. The average everyday Joe six-pack cracker, he don't get it. All right?
They just think because, hey, the LDs are over.
Hold on. Yeah, it's just to the point. Niggas is in the stupid, man. Niggas are to the point. They believe whatever. They all about trends and what's going on with the flow of things right now. But the flow of things that's going on right now is shit gonna hit the fan, right? That's the flow, right? And guess what? You people that's in the ghetto, the slums, the barrios, you're gonna be the ones that's forgotten about. Let alone you're gonna be the ones that, all right, first targets, man, soft targets. Because these Edomites are gonna protect themselves by any means necessary, all right? They already know about the different assets that need to be emptied out of their accounts and put in other accounts. They know this already. You got average everyday hood niggas talking about getting into crypto and Bitcoin. Don't know shit, man. You ain't on a computer. But you hear the niggas talking about Bitcoin and crypto. Go ahead, Doc. You know.
And these people think just because they don't have to wear that diaper on their face anymore, and the lockdowns are over, that everything's back to normal. But hey, that whole situation that took place in 2019 to 2021, 2022, that was all to set up to further collapse this dollar and this system and bring in this digital cashless society. But the end goal is to have everybody with that CHIPS implanted.
Back in Habakkuk chapter 2, in verse 5, it says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
And who does that sound like? He neither keepeth at home. The so-called white man, whose true biblical nationality is that of the Edomite.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just look up the number of U.S. military bases all across the planet.
It's over 700. I forget the exact number, but it's around 760-something U.S. bases around the world.
And what do you think they have those bases there for? To uphold the dollar system.
That's right.
Look at these nations that tried to go against the system. You had Muammar Gaddafi, who tried to bring about a gold-backed dinar and make Africa not subservient to the West, the American and European powers. And what did they do? They brought that democracy to Libya. They said he's abusing his people, so they bombed his country to the Stone Ages, and now Libya is another failed shithole. They did the same thing with Iraq.
Do you remember that general? He said we're going to have to.
Oh, Wesley Clark. He said,
yeah.
In 5 years, we're going to hit 7 Middle Eastern and African countries, and it included. He said Iran last, but it included Libya, Iraq, Sudan, Syria, all these countries that just happen to have military and political issues taking place in them. And most of them have been taken down. So who's left on the chopping block? Iran.
Right. That's the last part of the pie.
And you got the 1948ers saying, look, they got Benjamin Netanyahu back as the prime minister.
You know what's funny too, brother, now that you put that out there, back in 07, 010, well, 2010, 2008, there was an article, all the brothers had this article. Iran, that's why they left Iran last, because Iran said that they have over a million, like, I believe it's 1 million citizens alone ready to enlist in the army to fight against Americans, man. Right along with now, the update to last week, you had China. North Korea said
with 800,000 citizens ready to join the military to fight. And they're already sending, 50,000 commandos to Ukraine. What are they going to get when they go fight Ukraine? That training.
Then you got the brother that's in the camp in Baton Rouge. these devils out here recruiting, man. They put what it was, a military
For
pamphlet.
the Marines, are you ready to fight for your freedom?
Fuck
Man,
no.
fuck freedom. Fuck American freedom. What does that entail? Being a slave. Being a slave to the dollar system. Being in debt.
And that, like you said, those 7 countries that they plotted to basically overtake, 7 means what? Completion. We're gonna see what get completed when y'all go get that to go for that 7th and last part, man.
A 7
gonna
in
see.
5 years. And what's 7 plus 5?
12. That's
Right,
right.
but they haven't been doing it in 5 years. They've been long drawn out.
Well, that was the
You
plan.
know, these devils always.
Their plans never go through. They wanted to get things busted
Yes.
back in 2000, but we can see that wasn't on the Lord's time because this is ultimately on Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai's time, not the time of these devils, these Edomites, these so-called white people. But hey, the time that we are coming into is the time of the downfall of your system. And to back up what you were saying about Iran, leaving them last, the U.S. has been constantly running military simulations on what would happen if they did an invasion of Iran, and they lost more often than they won. And that's just them going against Iran. When you throw Russia and China in there, it's going to be a slaughter.
And somebody else, it's some other nation. I'm lost. It's kind of losing me right now. But it's another nation that's talking about going to help Russia. You remember that today? There's another nation that was talking about going to help Russia, man. Help out. I think it's like Africa or some shit.
Hey, Russia's making inroads into Africa too, in Mali and in Burkina Faso.
Yeah, it was an African nation.
They kicked out, they told France to get your military out of our country. And who they have come in there? Russia, to give them all military equipment. And that's Ezekiel 38 all day, them being a guard unto these smaller nations. That's Russia's ultimate goal in prophecy, is to gather all these nations that got fucked over by the U.S. under them, and then they all attack the U.S. And the U.S. is like the ancient Roman Empire. Their militaries are stretched thin, their soldiers are weak, their equipment is dusted, they're through.
It says, back in verse 5, who enlarges his desire. Yeah. Who enlarges his desire is hell. And it says, death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto himself all people.
And what's the nation of people that talks about, oh, we're all one race, the human race, we all bleed red? The so-called white man, the devil of the Bible, the biblical Edomite, saying, oh, democracy, everybody's equal, but that equality means equal under me. We can all come together and live in peace, but then look at these nations that they bring democracy and peace to. They turn them into, they bomb them back to the Stone Ages and put a central bank in their country. They put elections in their country, and it just becomes corrupt like the U.S. All
McDonald's, KFC,
strip clubs,
right,
twerking.
right. Young Thug, they do all that shit over there, man. Right? Go ahead, brother.
Now you got people over in these old countries. Now they're laying on their stomachs with their feet up. But all the while they bring democracy. But what do they take in return? Your natural resources. Isn't it just a coincidence that under George W. Bush's presidency, he had Dick Cheney, who was like one of the former chairs of Halliburton, one of those nation-building companies that came in after they destroyed Iraq. It's all a racket and a scam. Read a book called Confessions of an Economic Hitman. That book, the guy who did that, Confessions of an Economic Hitman. That's a really good book. It's a guy who was actually on the ground doing these deals. He would go there were 3 phases. He would go to a country as a businessman. He would be representing, say, an oil company, Coca-Cola, or something like that, and talk to the leaders of Central and South American, Middle Eastern, and African countries saying, look, we see that you're rich in oil, you're rich in rubber, or some other resource. We'll take care of your administration and take care of your family. Just let these U.S. companies come in and do what they do. And the people, the leaders that did do that, what did they do? They strip mine lands, push the natives off of those lands, and turn those countries into another little shithole America. And if the leaders didn't want to play ball, then they went to the second phase, which was sending in the jackals, CIA hitmen, putting bombs on planes. And what did they do with Nicolas Maduro, or try to do with him in Venezuela a couple of years ago? Send in drones with machine guns on them to kill him. That's the jackal phase. And if
like I was gonna say too, same thing. Like, for instance, this whole 9/11 thing. A lot of you cone heads out here, man. You copper tops. You believe that 9/11 was actually done by terrorists, man. Those terrorists was what? Was American. They had over 1,000, I believe 1,000 engineers here in America. All right. Talk about how those buildings came down. What we know as controlled demolition, man. Right, they had explosive charges in those buildings, man. Not no damn planes. Right?
And then even then, what they say, oh, it was Al Qaeda in Afghanistan that took down the trade towers. But what they say, it was Saudi nationals that were flying the plane. So why would you go fight a war against Afghanistan if it was Saudi Arabia? Oh wait, Afghanistan is one of the top countries with rare earth minerals.
Don't forget of all that rubble, out of all that fire, heat.
Oh yeah, the
3 IDs,
the driver's license with them smiling on it.
That's insane. But only you people out here in America believe that bull, man. Right? That show you how they at least got you so dumbed down. Then on top of that, remember, 5 blocks down the street from the World Trade Center, Building 7 go down too. They ain't get hit by no plane. It just miraculously just come down the same way the 2 buildings did. Do you know if you were to actually put fire and heat on those buildings, it's not gonna come down, man. It's just gonna burn all day. You got steel beams and concrete. The planes are aluminum. You hit the plane hit the building, the plane will go down. It's not gonna go slice through there like butter, you know?
You would think if we're making engineers, this would be a thought that comes to your mind. If we're making planes, if we're making buildings this tall, then we would make them to be able to withstand an accident if they got hit by a plane.
Hey, just go look on. Just look. You got the power internet. Go look on the beginning building of the World Trade Center back then. We talking about steel columns big as this goddamn window.
And that old steel, that durable steel.
You know, and then go and look at crash tests of 747 jets. If a bus hit a plane, one of those big planes to the airport, it's just gonna crumble up. All right.
Hey, if a car hits a tree, the tree's fine, but the car gets demolished. But back with Afghanistan, what a coincidence that Afghanistan is one of the top nations with rare earth minerals for the computer chips in your phones, silicon, and all that. Oh, but we're going to bring democracy to it.
I got a bullshit too.
Con, you got it.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 5. It says, "Yea." Oh my bad. Well, keep going.
Can I reread that last part?
God, it says, "But gather it unto him all nations, and heap it unto him all people."
Hey, getting people under this American financial system. And what else? We can see what? The money's got Edomites on it. You got to speak English to become an airplane pilot. And what's the natural course of business? Shaving your face and wearing a business suit. And people trying to get blonde hair and blue eyes. But what this is going into above that is these elites that truly run the system. Your Rothschilds, your Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, all them wanting to bring in this cashless digital system under this one world government, or one currency, one religion, all that. But one last thing. So you had before we get off the Confessions of an Economic Hitman, you had the first stage where they come peaceably. Hey, do these economic deals with us, and we'll make sure your administration is set. You don't want to do that, then we'll send in the jackals. Oh.
Find that book at Babylon 2:12. Listen to that. The other guy.
And then they come with the jackals, which are CIA hitmen, putting bombs on planes, sniping people, all that. And then if that doesn't work, then they send in what they call the Leviathan Force, which is the U.S. military, to come and just wreck shop and forcefully put things up there.
See, that's where you get these different video games from. Call of Duty. These are different missions that these people have actually went across seas and played out. And they're rubbing in the face of their enemies.
In Call of Duty Black Ops 2, there was one mission where they were talking about we played the special forces in that game, and they say, look, we can't let China get into Afghanistan because of the rare earth minerals. They put all this in those games. Say a lot. But yeah, those video games, when you go back and watch it, play them now with the spiritual eye, you can see that those Call of Duty games are really military recruitment ads. They're propaganda pieces.
That's why I hate you niggas, man. Arrogant. Arrogant, fat, big belly ass niggas don't know a motherfucking thing about nothing. You don't know what's going on, man. You just an old boomer, man. You got it all, right? And don't have it. That's why when this brother talking, hey, if they bring Leviathan group here, they're gonna switch seas with niggas, man.
That's what they've been wanting
like that. Yeah, they've been wanting to do it, man.
I think in Germany, it's either in the U.S. or in Germany, one of those two countries. When they train their soldiers, they put targets of so-called black men up there and say, "Imagine he just raped your grandma or stole your wallet or something." So then soldiers are looking at images of Jake, boom, 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 get desensitizing the image of a so-called black person getting hit with bullets, which a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are about to be gunned down in the streets of America like dogs.
You need it in your life, man. Why do you need that in your life?
You need a hard reset.
It's necessary.
Verse 6.
And then you can get that word play and strong. Baba Kasha.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long?
And who's known for doing that? Who's known for going into other countries and stealing their resources? Hey, America and these other European countries. You're not called colonizers for no goddamn reason.
Right. It goes on to say, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Now let's get that word clay in the Strongs.
This is that word clay. It's H5670. Upteat. Weight of pledges. Heavy debts.
Point blank period. That ladeth himself with thick clay or thick debts. And if we get the U.S. national debt clock is in the trillions right now. They say around between 3 and 8 trillion, but I heard somewhere a couple of years ago that it was actually around like 31 trillion. So whatever they tell you is not the case. This country is laden with debts. Everybody in this country is debt. When you were born as an American citizen, you're automatically born with around $70,000 worth of debt. And then they put these other nations in debt. Once they set up that dollar, their currency can't compete with it. So it just completely collapses their economy, and they've got to rely on getting U.S. dollars and being in debt to the U.S. They're slaves to them.
That's why when martial law be declared, they're going to come after you people, man, here in America. Because guess what? You the ones that ran up that debt. You ran that debt up until, what, $20 trillion worth of debt. Being on all these government programs, right? Going to college, right? Because America's going to default. America's going to default on that dollar to China, man. All hell's going to break loose, right?
Hey, that C-19 put this country even more into debt with all them stimulus checks going out. Everybody thought, we're just getting free money. We're just getting free money. Everything's going to be all right. But you're constantly just decreasing the value of the U.S. dollar. But these dildo heads out there don't understand that.
I was just spot yesterday. Since me alone, I bought something. It was there at $30, man. $30 for me, just for me alone. You know?
And what did the brother Amawang Gabar post? That I guess it was somewhere up in New York that due to rising prices, oxtail plates are $42 now.
I think I told you, bro, when we did our thing with him. I had to go to Issachar spot to get the cheaper oxtails, man. Because when I went to the regular spots, that shit was like $15, $17, sometimes $20 a pound, man.
way things are going, Abarat Dazai, we don't make it to the next Passover. Yeah, I don't know.
What the fuck he doing standing there? He gonna pee on his leg.
He bird watching.
Jacob a freak. He gonna piss on his fucking ass.
He probably doing drugs.
Shit, he probably wants to get pissed on his ankle. But hey, Abarat Dazai, we don't make it to the next. To the next Passover, but shit, with the way things are going, it look like we won't even be able to afford any lamb or anything.
On the real.
It was
That's
crazy.
a good point, brother.
It was crazy this year.
And shit, even with the lamb, you got Billy G talking about synthetic meat. So we don't even know if we're getting real meat. This society has just got to go. The food isn't real. The reality isn't real. The women aren't real. Everything is just a fake, a fraud, a phony. But you people like to have it so. So you're gonna go down with the system, and it's as simple as that. But again, as it said, they're taking up that taunting proverb against him, saying, "Woe to him that ladeth himself with thick clay." And an example of that is what these different nations, these BRICS nations, saying, "Look, we're tired of being under the U.S. petrodollar system. Our countries are in debt. Our people are in debt. So let's buy up as much gold and silver as we can and trade amongst our own currencies, trade amongst our own resources. And once that dollar drops, hey, that's game over." The brother Amawan Gabar did a video I was watching earlier today where it was a little TikTok clip, which the government, the U.S. wants to ban TikTok because they're just lifting up Esau's skirt on TikTok, exposing everything. But the guy in the clip said, this is how it's going to play out. Once Saudi Arabia says we're not gonna exclusively sell our oil in U.S. dollars, you're gonna start seeing other nations do the same, and many dollars are gonna flood back to the U.S. and that's gonna go from inflation to hyperinflation, to where you won't even be able to afford. The guy said it like this: you go into a store, you'd be lucky if you walk out with one item. That's how expensive things are gonna get. And then from there, people are gonna lose their jobs, and then crime is gonna be rampant all across the country.
Right.
And this is also down here.
We're in the game. We're in the curve.
It's Gotham City down here. All we need is fucking Batman running around.
Russia already took lead when that was China, with the yuan or whatever. That just, this thing is over with, man. The trade, there's a trade war on all levels, man. All right, it's just a war, man. Financially, it's a war on information. Everything is just in shambles, man. Okay, no, the direction in which the American dollar, I put the video in with the lady talking about the crash, like if the dollar crashed, what would happen? What would be the effects on the people that's here? She said that the inflation would be so high to where this world or the people of America would belly up overnight, man. Overnight, man.
And already,
it's not weeks.
You know what happened to this garbage ass city?
It's
over with.
It's already hanging on by a thread.
Right. Inflation gonna get so high so we wouldn't be able to afford anything, man. Eggs already what? How much eggs is? Down to $10. Mustard, you said mustard when you left the mustard in the store this time. Brother said all sacrifices gotta get made, man.
If that's even
I came back off the Passover. Get rid of that. Go back in there.
Fuck that mustard, man.
Get some packing stuff.
Hey, if that's even real eggs you're eating, because this brother posted a video showing how these eggs are made out of plastic.
Oh, God.
Yeah, right soup.
Right?
Right soup.
Well, the thing is, how you gonna get this work when the gas
That's right.
Oh, lest we forget all these train derailments that have been taking place too,
Yeah,
and these food processing plants that have been getting destroyed. Hey, if you can't see that the powers that be are systematically boxing you people in, then look, you deserve to die.
And the chickens got the flu or whatever it is.
Yeah, the bird flu.
They got Jake eat chicken, man. Come on, bro. Like, it just,
So they got to come up with jabs for chicken.
Yeah, but they know the thing about Esau, he got the analytics on everything.
on the real.
This is a business. It's a corporation. So within the corporation, if I'm running a corporation, and I'm running a restaurant, I know all of the salmon plates everybody get. My salmon plates up here. Chicken is right here. All right, pasta's down here. They know what you people love to eat.
That's right.
What you people love to buy. So what they gonna do? They're attacking it. It's easy.
They got the GMO salmon. You saw it?
Yeah, that's easy.
They implemented it in a restaurants, saying that it's more better that it's GMO than it's farm raised. Because they've been attacking the farms. You know, what they were sending through those flooding. They was flooding that the Middle East with the agriculture, the farmlands, or whatever, with water, flooding it.
Like in Pakistan.
Yeah, spraying pesticide all over the fruits and vegetables, man. All right, all these things have been attacked, especially since Bill Gates bought up all that land over here, man.
Yeah, he bought all these food processing plants are getting destroyed. You've got the western half of the country in a mega drought, while the eastern half of the U.S. is in floods. And Billy G is just buying up all this farmland so he can grow his synthetic meat.
Yeah. And Lord knows what they're gonna do this hurricane season down here. Lord knows.
Hopefully this place gets hit with the Category 6 and just, hey, gets it started early.
It'll be done deal.
Last year they said that it was going to be the most active hurricane season of all time. Nothing happened. So now they'll just be like, oh, this one looking good, and everything will happen, man.
Right.
These devils always playing mind tricks, Jedi mind tricks.
But what they did, remember they did it for years for Katrina. They told you, oh, this was gonna be the holy grail.
Yeah.
Oh, this was gonna be the one that did it all.
Yeah.
And for years, you people got acclimated. Oh, ain't shit. I'm staying here. Then what they do, they snuff that bitch.
Look at them, man.
Hey, that's that
Level this place.
that allegory about. He looked like a Hamite, Moabite at the same time.
But look like everything.
Everything that's
All
true.
18 nations at one time.
But they got that allegory of boiling the frog, to where if you just got the water boiling and throw the frog in there, he's gonna hop out. But you put him in cold water, room temperature water, and gradually increase the heat, so they don't know that. So the frog doesn't know that it's getting cooked alive. That's what they're doing to you people out here. They're doing all these different events, around you, to where you can't see the bigger picture until finally you cook. You're cooked. You're in the middle of martial law with no food, no lights, no water, with troops and marauders kicking your door in.
That's why the scriptures say, right, this shit is gonna happen like that, right? Destruction just gonna happen to you. Like the brother said, deadheads, just like the brother, overnight, man. You know, one thing you want to say something?
I was saying that 1 Thessalonians 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let us not sleep.
Yeah,
Where they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. And what happened recently? You had Biden declare that the C-19 situation was over. Hey, the world's going back to normal. Well, hey, that's clearly not the case when you understand and discern what times we're living in. But we'll go back to that Habakkuk. You read verse 7. Yeah, read verse 7.
Back in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them?
Be for spoil unto them. And we can see that these nations again are rising up to undermine the U.S. petrodollar system and bring in their own system, monetary system. And once that dollar goes, everything's going with it. Right. This lifestyle you once knew is going to be completely over.
The fairy tale world that these people are living in, that dream, right? That American dream, you're going to be rudely awakened unto a harsh reality. And you won't be able to handle it.
And all these proud looks, these arrogant attitudes you people have are going to drop. Right. Just like that when it's your ass on the line. And we can't wait for it. Oh, God. No, we can jump. Got that Isaiah 24.
This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 7. Start at 7, right? The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry hearted do sigh.
hey, that's a lot of you people out here right now. You're starting to sigh, as we were talking about a little bit earlier, the prices for everything going up, and just people are working dead-end jobs, seeing that they have no future. And we always bring this up. They have that statistic out there that says the majority of Americans out here don't even have $500 for an emergency. So if your car gets broken down, you got to go to the hospital. That's just through for you. And again, it's only going to get worse from here on out. Babylon or America is about to be foreclosed on. Keep going on.
It says, the mirth of tambourine season, the noise of them that rejoice ended, the joy of the harp season.
Keep going on.
They shall not drink wine with a song strong. That's misery, man. Because normally, when you drink wine with a song, what you in rest, you're in peace, right? You're at ease, all right? But this has became, if you are an Israelite in America, this not your rest, man. You're at unease, man, all right? You're full of diseases, pestilence, plagues, all right? What your disease mean without ease? That's against ease, man. And most of you people are diseased with misery, man.
And even it's starting to hit these other nations out here. Esau, Moab, Ishmael, everybody that lives in America. I was watching a video the other day talking about of all the immigrants that come into this country, 60% after about a year or two go back to their country because they see there are no jobs here. There's no money to be made. And them drinking wine with the strong drink and sighing, hey, over the last couple of years, there's been an uptick in drug use and alcohol use in America, and an uptick in suicidal thoughts and people wanting to commit suicide.
Hey, the windows are darkened in this place. The windows going forward to what you looking to it for, man. All right? Meaning what? The things that you looked at this place for to be rich in delicacies, what's in money, forming a place where people can what, renew their lives. All right? That's no longer, man. All right? The energy or the vibration of this place is gone. All right?
Those people, they drink that wine. They drink that Babylon juice. They drink that Babylon juice, and now they bugged out. They bugged out and assed out here.
It says, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down.
And we know that Babylon means what? Babel, confusion, by mixing. And this whole country has got everything under the earth mixed together. That's why people don't know whether they're coming or they're going. That's why people out here just believing in anything, and just as long as I can go to the store and eat food, I'm happy.
It says, every house is shut up that no man may come in.
Hey, constantly seeing for sale signs coming up.
Cool.
Businesses closing, banks closing now.
Yes.
Hey, America is being foreclosed on.
Commerce,
Merchants,
all that is shut down, man. Because this place was once the merchant and honorable of the earth when you read it in Isaiah 23. It said they're the merchants of the honorable of the earth, man. Meaning they was the ones that looked at that the people look for what? Exchange, import, right? This was an export country, meaning everybody wanted to send their stuff here, man. Ain't nobody sending them shit no more.
This was the main hub at one time.
Yes.
New Orleans was the main hub.
The port.
Port of New Orleans. Right, everything up from here to Minnesota. Right?
Mississippi
Right on Chapatulas used to be steel plants, used to be mills, used to be all type of different places different businesses that was making money. Sugar cane, cotton, rice, you name it. Now it's no more. You go up there, go on River Road or fucking Chapatulas and ride down there, ain't shit down there. You can sit out there for days at end and you don't see shit moving on the ports. Right? So this place is gone, man.
Hey, Detroit with the steel mills.
And the cars, that shit done. They're making cars in China. They're making cars in what it is? Right above that, Canada, and Mexico, man.
Yeah.
A lot of you people think, oh, my BMW and my Mercedes come from Germany. That shit's made in North Carolina, man.
They just put the name brand on it and oversell it.
I got the Range Rover. Well, Range Rover got bought by Ford. So guess who the Range Rover for? You just paying for him name. Right? All this shit can return it. You know, even working in the oil and gas, they tell the customers, hey, made in America. For all the parts and components that we made to make the pumps for the oil and gas, that shit was made in China, man.
It just gets sent here, and we
So-called
made it.
simple.
We made it. We assembled it in America.
Everything getting offshoot. Everything is getting offshoot to Mexico now, to China. Even Japan is getting in the mix, man.
Hey, we went from a exporting economy to a consumer economy.
It was a triple A, huh? What the credit was?
We just double A now. We lost that a couple of years
You know what
ago.
I'm saying? Initially, well, you know what it was. They had their height.
Yeah, AAA credit score. Now it's like a AA credit score. Shit, even less than that. They're just telling you that.
Real.
But this is the U.S. is just a consumer economy now, where everything gets sit in here, and these other nations make money off of the country.
Looking stupid.
You've got these "Make America Great Again" people out here saying, "Oh, we need to bring all the jobs and the industries back to America." But these companies don't want to come back to America because they can make it for cheaper in these other countries. So it's through in Babylon.
And to be totally honest with you, most of America is already bought up. These other countries like China and all, they got camera systems here that they sending money back. Man, they got the show, all the AMCs, the movies, all that. China own all that, man.
The thing what China is doing, what's it gonna do over here? They made China out of 15-minute cities. Every 15 minutes you get checked,
Yep.
you get scanned, right? That's why we can't say it for YouTube, but that whole situation that happened for the last 2 years to make you get the shot, that's all about programming for the mark of the beast, man. Right? They was actually getting those computers, just like they did in China, getting those computers ready to get to read the retina of your eye to identify who you is, even with a mask on. Why you think they wanted you to put a mask on your face, man?
Scan your eyes.
So they can scan your eyes with these cameras. Look at that. Like, there go one, there go one, there go another one.
Cameras.
And guess what? The cities are different. Oh man, I got it right. Oh, it's on my phone, brother. I can find the shit gonna trip me out.
Hey, but what else?
Oh,
did,
man,
if
you
I
need
can
to
say
do-
real quick.
Wait.
What else did it also? What else did the situation do? It destroyed a lot of these mom and pop businesses and just made the only companies that survived these mega corporations. Your Walmarts, your Amazons, all that. And even then, what's Walmart saying now? We're closing down a bunch of our stores. But that's ultimately so they can turn those into martial law detention centers. Hey, it's through for Babylon. The city of confusion is shut up and shit. If you ain't in the truth, you might as well just enjoy your wicked life as long as you can, because that timer is quickly going down.
And the people that own America, they're the ones that's closing America. All right? They're taking their money out these banks, causing banks to collapse simultaneously. Right? You got the rich elite, the upper echelons. They're strategically shutting America down, man. They're pulling the money up out of here. They ran the debt up, so they led themselves with Dick Clay. Now what? Everybody can come in and what? Own whatever they want, whoever they own. All right? They just come claim something. Give us that. That's us. That's us. Soon, but before you know it, not even soon, no Americans own anything. All the surrounding countries own everything in America, man.
Shit, most of them don't even own anything.
They don't
as
even
it
own it in
is,
America.
like,
That's it is. Yeah,
You're leasing your cars, you're leasing your house.
You got
Y'all
nothing.
live right now? Y'all live?
Fuck off.
Now get out of here, man. You fucking faggot. You laugh, look.
Shit, because he knows
Shoot him well.
he knows this woman's getting popped by somebody else tonight, but that's besides the point.
You got the Ecclesiastes.
Con.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, and verse 3.
Yeah, Finn, go back to it.
No, go ahead, right
Now,
now. That's heavy.
it says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few."
And who are the keepers of the house? These different economic figures out here, these people on Wall Street and these economists. Hey, a lot of them are trembling right now because they're seeing that the dollar and the U.S. economy is about to go down. On YouTube, I've been seeing so many of these economists that a couple of years ago were talking about, hey, look, everything's getting cheap now. Now's the time to buy real estate and make money off the system. Now they're saying, look, it's over for America. They're just like, hey, they're pretty much just saying, hey, pray. That's all you can fucking do.
I seen a video probably a couple days ago, right? And it was titled, "How does a millionaire prepare for the collapse. And it pretty much went through the steps. He said he took his family, he sold all his stocks, took out all of his money, right, and fled to another country.
Yeah, the clip started with him with the backpack at the airport,
Yep.
ready to get the hell out of here.
That's right, bro.
And hey, to back up what you said, before Silicon Valley Bank collapsed, all the executives for that bank a day before pulled all their money out, just like with the World Trade Centers. Yeah, reread it.
Kind. Back in Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 3, it says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders shall cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows shall be darkened."
And grinders are what? Workers.
That's right.
Them ceasing. More and more jobs disappearing from America.
That's right.
And now they're talking about this revolution in AI or artificial intelligence, which is just going to further take away a lot of you people's jobs. Automation as well, all that. What they ultimately want to get you people on is the UBI, the Universal Basic Income, where y'all are living in smart cities, those 15-minute cities, and you're sharing houses with people. Like when you're not in the house, somebody else is living in it, and vice versa, getting everything delivered to you on the smart grid, and you get your $1,000 a month or a day or a week or whatever.
The meat of the matter is control, right?
Right.
The method in which they're doing what they're doing is a control mechanism. You see? So to take the cash away, to take people privileges away, to have them work on a certain time frame within a certain perimeter, that's all about control, man. Ultimately, it leads to the ultimate control, which is gonna be what? That MOTB, right? Control. Everything that's been set up in these past couple years, it all centered around control. You got it.
That's what I'm talking about. And what it's coming with bread and circles. I'm just adding that to what you've been saying. It's adding to it, the bread and circles right there.
To get you people in a stupor so you can more easily accept it. But this is an article from Talk Radio 960 AM. And the title of the article is 2023 New Orleans Jazz Fest is going cashless. Oh, well, I can read it. And it's not just Jazz Fest, but a lot of different state parks in the country are no longer accepting cash as well as like I think SeaWorld and a lot of other places. Bugged out. But just cash. A lot of places are going cashless. Why? Because they're getting you people ready for that CBDC, that central bank digital currency, and ultimately that Karagma.
Man.
But 2023 New Orleans Jazz Fest is going cashless.
Come to the roads.
They're
doing it across the street.
Right down the street.
Yeah.
Right now.
Look, it's an old man with a red shirt. But yeah, the article is titled 2023 New Orleans Jazz Fest is going cashless and was published on March 29th of this year. If you plan to attend any of the days of the 2023 New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell, you can leave your cash at home for the most part. Like most other large-scale special events, Jazz Fest 2023 will be a cashless experience. Ticket, food, beverage, craft, and merchandise booths will no longer accept cash payments. However, for festival goers who head to Jazz Fest with only cash, the festival will offer cash exchange booths, like at a lot of these state parks that are going cashless and these other places out here. And what forms of payment will be accepted? All major credit cards, debit cards, prepaid cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay.
Read that again, Art.
It says what forms of payments will be accepted? All major credit cards, debit cards, prepaid cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay. And during the situation from 2019 to 2021, what did they get you people used to doing? Social spacing, going to cashierless kiosks, paying with the apps, the phone apps like Apple Pay, Google, and all that. And what? At restaurants, you scanned your QR code on the phone to get the menu. because they said the situation traveled on the menu and also that it traveled on currency. So they had to take that out of circulation. Like we said earlier, the major plan behind what took place in 2019 to 2021 was to move us that much closer to a digital cashless society. And I believe it was April 1st, they're starting to launch a lot of these CBDC programs. And then by July, they're going to launch FedPay, I believe what it's called, which is going to deal with a digital dollar and a U.S. central bank digital currency. That just goes to show us how close we are to this U.S. dollar collapsing and us completely going to that cashless society.
So hard. So that they're trying to get this shit cranking up. I think this month, going into
April.
going into July, June, July sometime, man.
Yeah, they're launching the pilot programs in April.
Yeah, they want to have it complete. They want to have it complete by July sometime.
This Proverbs 23 and 5. Will thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle towards heaven.
Hey, and that's what you people have set your eyes on. Riches that can fly away because you don't have real wealth out here. Real wealth is what? Gold and silver, which y'all don't have enough of that. Y'all don't have enough of that to make a difference. You don't have lands, cattle, or all that. You just got fiat currency in your pocket, which, as we can clearly see, is going down. The dollar is losing more of its value with each day, and eventually it's just going to go kaput. And we're going to be on this cashless digital system, which ultimately entails you having that charagma in you, that C-hip implant. And once you're on the grid, hey, bye-bye to hiding cash and not letting the government know any of your transactions. Everything is going to be categorized and on the system.
Because money, and get that in Ecclesiastes 7, bro. Money has been a defense for people. So now they're going to allow you to have your money, but the way that it's going to be a defense to you now is in a digital way. So now that digital way, our people going to automatically make the adjustment to it because that's where the defense is at. That, and the defense is what take care of you. It supports your livelihood. These are the things, it take care of your children, schooling, all right? All the necessities you need in life going to be transferred digitally. So that's going to, by default, make the people want to digitally transfer, man. It's gonna be a simple transaction to people, but it's gonna be a deadly transaction for those that don't understand the knowledge that comes with it, man, or the consequences that comes with taking it, man. But to tell you that in Revelation 14, man.
And a lot of these people base their whole existence off of their bank account.
Their money.
That's all they have. They don't have any character. They don't have any morals or anything. It's just, this is my status in society because of all this money I have. When a lot of people wake up one morning and they see that the dollar is crashing, their bank accounts are zero, they're willing to take anything to get that semblance of security back. And if they say, look, go to this central bank digital currency, get this C-hip in you, and we'll put your funds back on it, people are going to go for the bait just like that and be caught in that snare, that trap.
That's a gift. That's a gift that's gonna be subject unto death, man. Because when people don't know what they're taking, man, you'll take something that's gonna kill you, man, in your life, man. All right. And Sirach 27. Hell yeah.
That was the one I was
talking. This Sirach 20. That's the spirit we always do. And 3, 1. It says, you can break it down. Many have sinned for a small matter.
Hey, people selling everything for money.
Yeah.
You brought up that instance the other day where a guy found out his wife was cheating on him with his best friend for $60.
$60.
You were willing to ruin your marriage and your husband's friendship with his best friend for $60.
And he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away.
Hey.
They're gonna give you abundance on your microchip, and you're gonna turn your eyes away that you're sinning, man. Right? Meaning what? You're gonna turn your heart away from what you're doing or what you have accepted, man. But the Lord not gonna allow you to turn your heart away. Get to Revelation 14 and 9, because you're not gonna be able to turn your heart away once you accept this microchip in your hand and your forehead, according to Revelation 16, man. 13.
That's a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a bad thing. It says, as a nail sticking fast between the joining of stones.
You got that in you.
You're getting that. Yeah. So do it sin, stick close to bind itself.
And hey, that's the ultimate sin is getting that karate in you. Because what? You put another God before you. You put Esau as your God.
I would say another way is to sin too, because it say you're not supposed to pierce your flesh according to our law.
That's even against the law too. You're not supposed to make any cuttings in your flesh.
Yeah, how you gonna get the microchip?
Yeah, they got to cut into your skin with that syringe.
The men of the Lord, the 1/3, are showing ownership by the Lord of what? The spirit. Right? The Lord shows that through the spirit. But Esau, Edom, he gonna show that he penetrated y'all through what? Through the karate. And so he owned the karats. Yeah, the karats. That's right, brother.
Because he can't own your soul. So what's the next best thing? To own your body.
Own your body.
Like I said all the time, the dude Prodigy said it. Now they want my soul. My mind, soul, my body.
Which is the next thing to you. Right? He going for all he could get. And that's all he could get.
Hey, his desire is as hell. And he cannot be satisfied unless he keepeth unto him all nations, peoples, and tongues. He wants that. What's it saying? Revelation 13. Since you're in there, get that 13 and 16.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. It says, and he calls it all.
He calls it all.
Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
So everybody in society, from the lowest to the highest, to get that charagma in them, that see-hip in them.
Right,
he calls it all. He heapeth all these people unto him to be a part of his system. Keep going on.
Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
And what's the main thing that keeps a nation going? Commerce.
That's right.
It's economy. Business. That's what keeps a country flowing. And if you're just out of that system, then what? You ass that out. You're through. If you want to still continue, your American life, once this thing comes, you're gonna have to get that charagma in you to be a part of it.
You're gonna have to be a transaction, man. Because everything gonna be digital. So you're gonna have to be a transaction, a literal. You're gonna be the transaction every time, man. You're gonna be a walking transaction, man. You're a product.
And you've already
that code.
And when you got that juice in you, you're already emitting a Bluetooth signal.
Yup. That's why it says, for know the wisdom of a man. You're gonna be under that number, man. Yep. All right. That UNC, what is the UNC?
The UBI.
The code, man.
Yeah.
What they've been doing since I remember doing a video with the brother in Houston on it, and how back in 2010 they associated themselves as being leadership, and they just keep changing the name. We get demons and the demon out here. Go ahead, brother.
You got hiding, big. It's what's the hardest like? All right.
He getting the charagma.
He gonna get it. He got that.
To keep that fight, he gonna have to get the
You know you used to go buy for like $20 or $30 online and put it in yourself. The self one. They might have bought that.
G.I. Joe fight.
You got under PCMag.com, you got Verichip, all right? It says a glass encased RFID chip from Positive ID Corporation, Delray Beach, Florida, that was injected with a special syringe under a person's skin.
Where?
Under a person's skin.
Get that? It's gonna go under a person's skin, man. Which we've been pushing for years.
That's right.
Right there.
All right?
And when you go into that word, hey, get the word charagma in the Strong's Con.
Keep reading up.
When scanned, the unique ID in the RFID chip was used to link to an identification database
for security purposes or medical information.
See, back then, when we were first coming in the truth, you know, like I said, I remember doing a sit down on this with the brother from Houston, South Dakota. I think it's KBR. Bought massive amounts of land out there and made warehouses to put those servers on. Connect those bare chip servers to the actual servers in the warehouses, man. You got all your information, right? Go ahead.
In 2004, the FDA approved the Verichip. Same people that approve your food and everything else too. It says a counter. I just go to what happened.
What did they say?
I want to show what happened back then.
See the biblical scripture, Revelation 30.
Right.
Oh shit. It says originally this is what happened. Originally developed by a division of Digital Angel Corporation, the company merged with Positive ID in 2010. In 2011, the Verichip was sold to the Veritech Acquisition.
What they've been doing is trying to hide that name, trying to hide their identity by going under other groups, other names, man. Which Esau does. CVS closed down, going on to Walgreens. Walgreens closed down, going to K&B.
AutoZone closes down.
Yeah.
O'Reilly opens up.
Yeah, they get a new name, but it's the same people running the same organization.
I wouldn't be surprised if Positive IT and Veritech have something to do with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, because lest we forget, around 2019, before this whole situation started, they had a program called ID 2020, which dealt with putting charagmas in people to identify whether you got the juice or not.
Even pushing that real ID thing. It has a
real
connection
ID.
to this.
Some brothers remember they said they got technology where, come on, man.
We gotta put it on. Get them.
Well, when the C-19 was going on, they had information that saying what so-called people in that building said, hey, we got technology where we can the Verichip can tell if you have, or the charagma can tell if you have the C-19.
Right.
But they've been, like I said, they've been having this technology, man. They're making you seem like it's all new. They've been testing this shit for years, decades, man.
Hey, literally at the beginning of 2022 last year, Sweden came out with a company that said, hey, we are already got the charagmas out here that lets people know their juice status, whether they got it or not.
Yeah, but they sell it to the people as if they're testing mouse and animals. They actually test people, man. All right? They just don't let you know that, because Africa and all them different places is hubs for lab rats, man. Which are where the you Jakes at, man. They know Jakes are there. Go ahead, brother.
And they was testing it, in the early 2000s, Salakia, with what? The cats, the dogs.
Cats, yeah.
You know, so they'll say, oh, that was the animal trials or whatever.
Yeah.
While it's going on, like you say, brother, in these different foreign countries, testing it on actual human beings, man.
And another thing is this. Testing the animal and testing the human, this ain't the same. We don't have the same body structures. It's two different things, man. The animals have a whole nother spirit. It's
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Right, John, I want you to reread the part where he talks about it being for identification.
right. It says that might be the time. All right. I'm gonna just start it. Right. It says originally developed by a division of a Digital Angel Corporation, the company merged with Positive ID in 2010. In 2011, Verichip was sold to a Veritech Acquisition owned by Positive ID CEO, who has stepped down. In 2012, Veritech merged with ConnectDX Technologies, which offers the MadFlash health record system.
See, it's all about merging these servers together, man. The financial server, the health server, you know, all to one.
Having everything in society under one umbrella, like the Umbrella Corporation from Resident Evil.
Right.
That's connected to that too.
That's connected to that.
And hey, as I was saying, that the RFID CHIP will have your identification and information on it, your biometrics, which is exactly when we go what it talks about when we go into the word charagma in the Strong. Okay.
It says when scanned, the unique ID in the RFID chip was used to link an identification database for security purposes or medical information.
Hey, now
That's what you want.
Con. Now let's go into that word M-A-R-K in Revelation 13, verse 16, which we should all know by now, charagma. And in the Strong's definition, it says, from the same as G5482, a scratch or etching, i.e. stamp as a badge of servitude. And as the brother behind the camera said, how did they get that charagma into you? They cut into your skin with that syringe. And then we're going to go to that word, G5482, the root for charagma, which is charax, which in the Strong's definition for that, it reads charasso, to sharpen to a point, akin to G1125, again, through the idea of what? Scratching. It's scratching into your skin, cutting into your flesh with that syringe. Now we're going to go to one more thing. That word charagma is talking about what? Getting something inside you by cutting into your skin. Now let's see what the ultimate goal is. We're going to go to the root word for charax, which is G1125, grapho, which when we go to the outline of biblical usage, it says to write with reference to the form of letters, to write with reference to the contents of writing, to commit to writing, things not to be forgotten, write down, record your medical information, your financial information. Oh. Oh, God. All your biometrics, your personal information on that charagma. So you'll be on the grid. You'll be a part of this system, and you're going to be tracked and traced. Hey, everything. And hey, with Elon Musk with Neuralink, they want to see what's going on in your mind too. This devil wants as much control over your body and mind as he can get. And if
what they gonna do to the bulk of you people, you ready, man. You willing and ready right now. Anything sounds nice and easy and convenient, right? It's smooth. You love smooth words, man. Especially the bulk of these people on the side, they love smooth words. When anything coming with high tech, you can open doors, run your car. That's why they're making everything electric. So you can run it off that charagma, man. Watch this. Open my door without using keys.
Start my car up with the wave of my hand.
This is what it's about, man. It's about making this shit look good, easy. All the while, right? What these devils are doing is corralling you up like cattle, man. Making you, they own you, man.
Branding.
You know, which goes into that
Stigma.
All right.
Wait, he's gonna become a smart. You know they got smart TV, smart car, smart city. Well, the ultimate thing is to make a smart youth.
They're gonna have a time now, this bitch. They're gonna have a time now, this bitch.
Smart youth.
This bitch is a dump.
A cyborg. They still taking down orders with pen and paper at Waffle House down here.
Talking about checks. Some niggas going around here, down here, taking checks out the damn, what they call that shit? The mailbox. Y'all still using checks down here, man. That's obsolete in the world today. You know, grandma.
I don't see nobody really writing checks.
But my old motherfuckers, they got dudes down here going to the ATM, not the ATM, but the mailbox, busting open, taking their special ink, erasing the ink that's originally on there, putting their name and catching the checks, man.
Their information.
Yeah, catching checks.
He lay on his stomach.
Well, he's doing more. He's more than that. He rolled himself up like a baby.
He got the Rambo legs.
That's what he's doing, man. Somebody about to wipe him with them wet wipes. Go ahead, brother. The proof, man.
You gotta stop.
Come on, man.
He gotta stop. Somebody gotta stop.
Yeah, it's fair, man.
I got a little more.
Hey, brother, I can't put myself in the position to play that shit like that. You know?
With a baby white cap on.
Bucket hat.
That's pearl.
A bucket hat that's pearl. That's rolled. Yay! You know, what can we say? Yeah, I got a little more info on that. I guess we're having point of precept on that.
Well, you can get the info, and then we'll get.
We going to the mall.
That's why it says in 2012, Veritech merged with ConnectX Technologies, which offered the Mad Flash Health record system.
He just needs to kill himself. Like,
It almost looked like the kingdom wouldn't help him.
Yeah.
He's so fucked up, brother. It looked like it wouldn't help him almost. And we know it's gonna help him.
like
Yup. Woof. Well, the Lord was pissed off. Well, there got to be a J. That low. It says, Mad Flash uses ID cards with QRX codes, scan codes, and USB drives for identification. However, Veritech was not mentioned on ConnectX website, which, like you say, they transferred to them, but then they weren't mentioned on the website. It's like, what are y'all doing?
Behind the name.
They're concealing information on a name so you wouldn't know what you're actually taking or getting.
Just like what the company name is, Blackwater. Blackwater got a hold. They went through three. What that guy name is? The guy that owned that.
now it's called like
Prince.
Academy, and now it's another Eric Prince.
Eric Prince. He saw that shit about 3-4 times, but it's the same. It's the same, man.
Same entity.
Same entity. Still doing the shit, but change the name, man.
Change the name.
Because right now the skirt is up. People in the know. This ain't no secret, so-called secret society, secret things going on now. Everybody with the world news, he too, man. We got dancing demons on.
Even the people that own this place change their names. You always go into the Rothschild. Is it the Rothschild?
Yeah, Rothschild. Yeah, they changed their name.
Rockefellers, the crypto Rockefellers in Russia. A lot of these politicians.
They changed their name, man.
Yeah, they went from being the Bowers to the
See?
Rothschild.
So a name change doesn't mean the plan changed, right? The plan that's going to be carried out is the plan, man. You can change the name, but you got the same results, man. You people got to just be in the know of what's happening.
It's like BlackRock. They own these different
Everything.
small.
That's
They
it.
own every company out here. And you would think, oh, these are different companies competing against each other. But at the top, it goes back to BlackRock.
But they let the
BlackRock
companies
and
understand.
Vanguard. BlackRock, Vanguard, and Standard Oil. They own every goddamn thing you see.
When let you call it Shell, all the other shit, you call it what you want. But yeah, we on the backdrop. That's us, man. You got it. Gun. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 21. Let me get straight to the point. In verse 11, it says, "For they intend evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they will not be able to perform."
Hey, that mischievous device is what? Getting that charagma in you. And what that they shall not be able to perform, which we know that they're going to get a lot of people with the mandatory implementation. But as it says in Job 20, what? When he goes down to sit at his table, he thinks, I'm going to sail off into the sunset and enjoy my NWO. That's when Yahushua is going to grab that cloth on that table and pull it, and all that food's going to come off. And that's going to be game over for you.
Now, got that in the that word mischievous devices in the Strongs, and it's H4209. It says purpose, discretion, device, plot.
When they say device with evil in parentheses.
That's evil right there. And it says when you go into the lexicon, the Greek lexicon, it says especially that which is evil or pernicious.
A fraudulent.
What? Oh, right here, right
Just
here.
keep read the whole.
Just read the whole thing.
Read the whole thing.
It says counsel, prudence, craftiness.
Hey, what they have those counsels in secret.
That's right.
As it says in Micah chapter 2, when it is nighttime, when people are resting upon their beds, they perform their works, and then when it is light, that's when they bring it out to the public, practice it.
That's right.
So they're having these secret councils behind the scenes at the Bilderberg meetings, the World Economic Forums.
That's why with the Bilderberg group, what's the main logo for that? The owl. Because what the owl sees at night, and they believe they're the ones, and all this darkness, they're the ones that can see.
The illuminated one.
And what happens with the owl? The owl hunts at night, man. That's what they're doing. They hunt you people in the dark, right? With their different policies, man. That's really everything in America. Really ain't done by law. It's done by policy, man. All right. And the scripture tell you that the Lord tell you that he do his craft with policy.
By craft, he calls it policy to prosper.
We got a little bit more in the next one. It says, in a bad sense, the devising of snares, malice, whence a fraudulent man.
Esau is a fraudulent man. And this is a snare and a trap that he's laying for everybody to bring convenience and safety and security, peace and safety. But what? That's sudden destruction. That's right. You getting caught up in this system to where you are a perpetual slave. There's no end.
It's this Isaiah 32 and 7. I'm gonna read it in the NLT. It says the smooth tricks of scoundrels are evil.
Hey, what does it say? The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. And he is a scoundrel. He's a fraudulent man, a basest of men, as it says in the scriptures.
It says they plot crooked schemes. They lie to convict the poor, even when the cause of the poor is just. So the plot of the crooked schemes, right? This man is a man of many schemes and schematics. This man is a advisor of many schemes and schematics, of plots and plans. All right, when you look into devices go into schemes, plots and plans. Right. All right. It says they plot crooked schemes, unrighteous decrees. All right, things they'll give to you as if it's the safest, but it's the most deadliest, man.
Right. All right. And what's it saying? I believe Sirach 12. When you fall into adversity, you shall find him there first. Yeah. He creates these situations for you to fall into, just so you can come to him for help. He creates these snares and traps and schemes to get you caught up.
And that's what a hunter does. A hunter creates a perfect scenario. Right? There's food. There's your favorite food right there. And then what? He puts the best way to execute you right underneath it.
Put your leg up when you eat, and your leg gonna go in the air, man.
You get shot.
And then you set it down.
Remember, let y'all see this video. The dude he got the duck sound. He got the female
on him.
Yeah, he got the female coyote sound.
That's right, brother.
You stop. It's over with.
The dude rubbing himself in what? Deer piss?
Yeah, all type of shit.
So, man.
Esau's a cunning hunter, so that's what he's in his element. He's doing what he's doing, man.
It says in Psalms chapter 10, he's like a lion that waiteth in the thicket for the poor, in the narrow places of the villages.
When you have a mentality to catch, you have a lot of alternative motives and methods to do so, man. Right? You're blessed with it. Yeah. Good. I'm finished. I'm ready. Yeah, when you have a method to catch, right? Which this devil catch men. This devil catch men, man. So he's looking to catch people, man. Right? And he's catching them by what? Any type of alternative motive, a plot, a scheme, a snare, a trap, right? Even bait. He used bait, man. Right? Bait always gonna catch something.
And we saw a lot of that during the C19 when they were pushing the juice. They were offering people everything under the sun.
Cookies,
free donuts for a year, joints, jobs, everything to get that juice.
If I could say, the best cloak, right, that they hide under is what? Technology. And if you look at the times past, what has technology done for the people of the earth, man? Put them on a decrease.
Made them stupid.
Made them stupid.
Smart
right?
technology made people stupid. It makes them lazy. They just want convenience instead of carrying around cash in your wallet or taking the time to unlock your door with the key. Why not just get a C-hip in me so I can just whoop and do?
And it seems it comes off as beneficial, right? It comes off with these positive possibilities if you're looking at it just with the naked eye, right? But once you put the spiritual goggles on and you see what this man doing, it's like, damn, you lead me right into destruction, or leading these people right into destruction.
Most men, when you look at them in the jungle or in movies that knows the jungle and knows particular things, notice they seem like something ain't right. You ever saw like a man walking? When he's in the know, it's the same with us. we're like those men that have spiritual antennas. Like when we in the jungle, we'll be like, don't walk right there, that's a trap. Oh, don't do that, man. So we're what? We're outwitting the man that's setting many traps, man. Right? And we outwitted them with the words of the Lord. And that's how we know what they're doing. That's why he say he calls the wicked devices not to pass, man.
I got something to
All
back
right.
up what you just
You got
said.
it.
Yeah. This is
This is Psalms. This is Psalms
37.
10 and Psalm 10 and 7. I saw that 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in lurking places of the villages. He in the secret places do he murdered the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. Say he lied in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lied in wait to catch the poor. He does catch the poor when he draw it in his net.
And the easiest way to catch a man is let him run into it. Right, right. Not to go after him, chase after him, but let him flee his trap, man.
He
gonna camping. He camping. That's the easiest way to kill him. Camp, right, brother. And he gonna run down that alley, or this he gotta come running out there, and you gonna catch him, man. Really, he catches himself, man. In some scenarios, when you look at these different hunters, I know you know. Hey, these men be in these tree houses, or what you call them, lookouts or whatever.
He get the element, man.
And for about a week, brother, just to catch the right prey. They didn't see all kind of prey. Yeah. Right, they catching the right prey.
Putting feathers on itself, all types
That's
of
right.
trees, trees, all types of
Camouflaging itself like
got a duck hat, and he's hiding under the water with the hat, the duck just sticking up there.
The same thing he do with the prison industrial complex. He put hip hop and black culture out here to catch you niggas and put you in there.
That's a spear.
Yeah, look at this.
He ready to die.
He won't die. He gotta be ready to die.
He a young bull about to be caught in that net.
He definitely won't
He
die.
walking free, brother.
There's nothing else to do but die. That's the final thing for him, man.
Final countdown. But I got a precept to back up what you just brought out. This is Khan. You mind if I close it with the 37 just to back it up? Because all these devices that he's coming with are ultimately going to fail. This is Sirach 12 and 16. And could you give me Psalms 37, 12 to 15? An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, and the words of his mouth were soft as oil and like butter. But war was in his heart. But in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit, in a snare, in a trap, get you completely caught into this matrix, this system of his. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. That order out of chaos, he creates the situation for you to flee to him for help, just so he can get you completely caught in his original plans. But we know that ultimately, hey, he's only going to succeed for so long with his plan, but he's ultimately going to fail. And that sword that he tried to stab us with, hey, he's going to be thrust through with his own sword.
Right.
Goes out with that Psalms
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37. You want verse 12, right?
12 to 15.
Verse 12, it says, the wicked plotted against the just and gnashed upon him with his teeth.
Like that lion hiding in the crossways of the villages to devour the poor.
Right.
You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true children of Israel, are the main target in the sights of this devil, Esau Edom.
Verse 13, the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming.
Hey, once he makes his ultimate move and mandatorily implements that charagma, that's game over. That's once you reach those bounds that you cannot pass, and hey, the Lord's gonna laugh at you because hey, it's time to take you down. Again in that
Right.
Job 20, when you're ready to sit down at your table and eat, hey, that's when you're gonna vomit up those riches and you're gonna be struck through with that fire not regularly kindled, that iron weapon, those nukes.
Right.
And then those that survive in those bunkers, you're going into slavery. You're gonna be the first fruits of slaves in the kingdom.
Verse 14, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bows
to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation.
And to slay such as be of upright conversation. Hey, them trying to make a man an offender for a word, trying to get this truth off the highways and byways and off the internet, because this truth is what's exposing all your agendas, and hey, it's exposed you as the devil that you are, Esau Edom, and that your plans are going to ultimately fail.
That's right. Verse 15, the sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be and their bows shall be broken.
Hey, ultimately you're going to fail. Again, you're going to get so far, but hey, the Most High, as it says in Job, what? The deceived and the deceiver are his. He's built you up to fulfill his prophecy, hey, just to judge you at the end of the day and bring down your kingdom and bring up the kingdom in the age to come, the kingdom of Israel, ruled by the children of Israel, the kingdom of heaven, the Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Any brothers have any closing points? God. Hey, so with that, we hope you sincere Akim and Aklaf were edified by this camp. And again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word of truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe, making brothers endure until the end. Abba Babal, Abba Babal, Abba Babal, Abba Babal, Abba Babal, Abba Babal, Kwam Yasharala, Kwam Yasharala, Shalom, Shalom.